Okay, hey, welcome, good morning. Bonjour à tous. Mai govannen. Ellen si la lume no mentiero. I have 15 minutes. I have 15 minutes. I only have 15 minutes. So a feature of open doors. We like the feature. We like openness, and I guess we like doors. So the theme is better together, and why we think it is great that we keep building tools and platforms that kind of give individuals sort of superpowers. We really believe that the way Penpot actually was created as a collaborative effort between designers and developers is more meaningful. This working together instead of isolated individuals and then pretending that they can do more just solo player. So you will see this theme going through my keynote. So if you can, you will see, I invite you to understand why this better together fits very well in what we've done in the past year and what is coming next. So plugins. A year ago, we released plugins. So this was huge for us because this means, of course, that we're not building Penpot just ourselves, but actually the whole community is able to add stuff, which is great because we don't want to build every single feature that you ask us. We want to give the opportunity for you to build it yourselves. And of course, we have many different types of plugins, productivity, integrations, things like that. But I think the key idea here I want to share with you, and it's important that I underscore it, is whatever you can do on the canvas, you can do it with the plugins API. We don't have first-class citizenship, API access, second-class citizenship. You have the full access to the canvas, to the plugins API. You remain in control. You have basically privileged access. We really believe that otherwise it would mean that there is a conflict of interest that we are exercising in some way. So that was plugins. Design tokens, Penpot 2.6 in April. Design tokens, woo! Design tokens, yes. It took a while because, of course, design tokens is so complex to build. Now it's easy to understand. After all, is bringing the taxonomy world into the design decisions and then design decisions into the design process. I'm very happy to say that Penpot is the first and still the only UI design tool that has the design token support natively. I would be very happy that we're not the only one still in a year, but because after all, this is an important movement and cause about how we build and elevate and evolve the design process. But at least we can say we were the first ones. We were really committed around design tokens. And I think design tokens, again, have the capacity to express this better together because it's an encapsulated design decision that has a visual rendering. So it has an applicability visually, but it also has this agnostic co-representation. So I think that it is very quite unique. And then 2.10, 2 weeks ago, Penpot variant, yeah. I mean, some people actually asked us, wouldn't it make sense to build Penpot variants first and design tokens later? And we say, no, we want to make it more complex. We want to go, we don't take shortcuts. They complement each other very well because design tokens is about the taxonomy, whereas variants is more about the categorization. So of course, it was more important for us to build a foundational layer first, and even if it took us a while to give us variants. So that now you have the best of all worlds. And that this means that if you combine the declarative design, so that's Flex Layout and CSS Grid, plus design tokens, plus variants, your design systems really can go beyond, let's tone it down, let's simplify our design system so we can cope with the complexity, let's be conservative, to no, this is the time we can evolve design system to the next level. So great release 2.10. And then last, I want to share with you something of the utmost importance. It is as important to build a great product as is it to make sure people know it, appreciate it, and learn how to use it. So we are releasing, throughout the year, we released this UI course. It's a fully, a professional, great, completely free, wonderful UI design course that brings you from zero to hero. So whether you want to get into the design process, regardless of your background, I'm thinking particularly developers and engineers that want to really, they appreciate design, but they don't think they are equipped. This is the perfect UI course for you. But of course, if you are new into design, this is it teaches the skills and the best practices. Penpot is in the background. Of course, you need a tool sometimes to express this, but we make sure that even if you're not using Penpot, what you're learning through the UI design course will remain for you forever. So that is amazing. That is part of the ethos. So a hectic year. You already saw a picture from Design Matters Tokyo that was a month ago. And by the way, if someone is interested in horseback archery in Japan, that's called Yabusame. We can discuss that. It's super cool. One anecdote I want to highlight is you see that Design Ops Assembly Paris. During that meetup, some of the organizers actually came after to thank us for the kind of sneak peek of design tokens, things like that. Said this is the first design meetup that brought as many developers as designers. This is unique. We haven't seen this ever. And I was like, I know. This is better together. So. I want also you to share some key metrics, KPIs and cool stuff. So first of all, this is the third consecutive year that we're still a young product, but still the third consecutive year where we are enjoying 100% user growth in all areas, whether you're a designer, developer, any stakeholder, power user, casual user. So this is massive. You know this combined effect. If you keep doing this, and at this rate, actually, right now we have 1.2 million. Actually, that's already outdated because growing 8% month over month outdates any figure I can tell you now. But this means that in a year, next Penpot Fest, we will say again 100% growth, and do the math, So, but one thing I want to mention, I guess, nuance, this growth is not exact. It doesn't operate exactly the same way on SaaS and self-host. Actually, self-host is growing faster. So the average is 8% month over month, but if you go to SaaS, it will be 7.5, and if you go to self-host, it will be 8.5 or 9. Sometimes we even went beyond 10%, but like this is the average. But it makes sense, right? If you think about why this happens, I think it speaks about also what Penpot is bringing to the table. And this is the reason why we are putting so much work on making sure that you can deploy Penpot very easily, using your infrastructure preferences. It is very important for us, whether you are deploying Penpot on your private NAS or Kubernetes cluster or quick and dirty local host deployment, to hack around. More nuanced KPIs and metrics that normally people don't share, but here we are, transparency, is the fact that we have a quite unique ratio in terms of the power users. Our power users show, for the first time in history, more developers than designers using a design tool. So from activity alone, we could not tell whether you are a designer or a developer. Of course, we see what you're doing, perhaps, but we don't see what you're doing. But the aggregated stats tell us that developers and designers are intensively using Penpot. And it's only when we go to what they answered in their onboarding survey that we can say, okay, so you self-label yourself as developer. Why is this important is because this is how we bring the engineer and developer worlds into the design process, and we keep building this together. Other tools in the past might have said that they have one-to-one ratio. The one-to-one ratio is fine, but you have to look into power users, not just casual users. So if you comparing this to 1.2 developer to 1 designer to other products, you will see that it's actually 0.1 to 1. So I think this is very important. I want to share this with you. This is super, super cool. Also, Penpot is a very complex platform to build. I'm not saying a UI design tool is complex to build. We all know that. No wonder there are only a few of them. Particularly, Penpot is very complex to build because we are not taking shortcuts. So we are also happy to see 200 plus open source contributors now in the repo. Again, 100% growth from last year. And also, enterprises are driving the adoption through design system. So it is very typical for us to start having conversations with enterprises through design system, lead, design ops, people that have the responsibility and the perspective to serve entire organizations. So people around workflows, around ops, around making sure that the organization is able to design and code at scale. Serving that, it is, I mean, it's a massive task. I don't know how they do it, but of course we are helping them because they are typically the first people to come and say, I need to serve my organization in better ways. And the tools I'm using right now don't speak to me, and so they don't speak to the organization. So there's an instant tip there. And then something that is very important for us is who cares about a product if nobody knows about a product, right? Does the product actually exist? But what exists, and 400% growth in content outreach this year. This is like off the scale. Whether it's the UI course, the hands-on demos, the community hours, streaming, release notes. You know, I hope you love them, how we do it. So really amazing. So I did kind of a quick review on what happened this year, but now I want to very quickly, I have 4 minutes left, discuss how we see 2026. Because after that, you will have other people coming here on stage doing some showcasing more concrete, right? So I want to be very, very honest with you. We want to have real impact. We have strong opinions, and we want those strong opinions to influence and impact the ecosystem. This is also what we built in Penpot. So we released the AI white paper 2 months ago. I think it is a shame that the industry as a whole doesn't really explain these things with data, ethical perspective, and also honesty. So if I really invite you to read this AI white paper. I'm not going to do a summary of 60-minute read dense document right now, but I'll say 2 highlights. Most of what the industry is trying to do is optimizing trash in, trash out processes. So we explain the fundamental flaws in the AI white paper. And also, secondly, we think that the smarter and better way to approach AI is with open data, declarative and taxonomical design, rendering and representation. So this is something that we discussed, and you will probably see something today. This means that, let me see this, UI design and its relationship with code is far more complex than you've been told. It is far more complex. There are not shortcuts. That means that as Penpot, whenever we release or publish something, it is going to be solid. And now I wink. Whenever we release or publish something, okay? Okay. Solid. Then we also discussed the Open Nitrate Model. You will see us in 2026 releasing Nitrate. This is a unique open source business model. It's almost, for those of you familiar with open source, this is almost the reverse of open core. So instead of having a paywall that gives you the advanced features, Open Nitrate is giving you the paywall when you want to limit and restrict the advanced features. But the advanced features are part of the open source package. So this is also why Penpot is such an exciting project, because it's not only about the technology and what we're achieving, but also it's about open source and the future open source business models. Super exciting. Again, we will try to influence as much as we can the ecosystem. We hope that 2026 will bring us more conversations about data privacy, digital sovereignty, freedom to decide, what critical pieces of infrastructure and technology you want for yourself. Now, it feels ironic from someone that was almost like born into open source 25 years ago, that a transnational effort is actually providing the means of autonomy for individuals, organizations, companies, and countries. Much alike probably science in some way. So this is I mean, it's not ironic. It's actually great that we're doing that. So I think at Penpot we understand the role that we have to play in this wake-up call. And finally, we, of course, will be working more in 2026 around our community. We will be announcing that ambassador program. A lot of people are waiting for that. We'll go to new places you haven't seen us yet. We will be traveling throughout the world. and we will be announcing more partnerships. So, okay, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, that's great. So now there's, I think there's a video or something, or basically what I'm going to do is say, we had so many requests that you wanted to see things about the product. Penpot Fest is not really about Penpot, it's about you, but we could not say no to that. So for the next 20 minutes, we're going to do 4 quick presentations so you enjoy things that we've been building and we are building now and we're going to build. So this will be the most like kind of product-centric piece of the fest. I hope you enjoyed. And that's it. Thank you very much for your time today.